A major diplomatic development is unfolding in the Middle East, where three key Gulf nations, the United Arab Emirates, Saudi Arabia, and Qatar, are jointly urging US President Donald Trump not to restart or escalate military action against Iran, amid fears that the conflict could spiral into a wider regional war. According to reports, the message from these influential Gulf states is clear. Further military escalations with Iran would not only destabilize the region but could also threaten global energy security and international trade routes, particularly through the strategically vital Strait of Hormuz. The Strait of Hormuz is one of the world's most important oil transit choke points, handling a significant portion of global energy shipment. Any disruption there could send shock waves through global oil prices and impact economies far beyond the Middle East. This coordinated appeal comes at a time when tensions between the United States and Iran remain extremely high. The ongoing conflicts involving exchanges of strikes and counter-strikes has already placed immense pressures on neighboring countries, many of which host critical energy infrastructure and US military assets. What is particularly notable is the unified stance of UAE, Saudi Arabia, and Qatar. While these countries have historically had different levels of engagement with Iran, they now appear aligned in their concerns that continued warfare could spill over into their territories and damage their economic modernization plan. Reports suggest that Gulf leaders have privately conveyed to Washington that while they remain wary of Iran's regional behavior, they prefer a diplomatic resolution over prolonged military confrontation. Their argument is rooted in stability, not only security stability but also economic continuity, foreign investment, and long-term development global, such as Saudi Arabia's Vision 2030 and the UAE's economic diversification efforts. At the same time, the situation remains complex. These same Gulf states have also been critical of Iran's recent actions in the region, including missile and drone attacks on infrastructure in several countries. This reflects a delicate balancing act, condemning aggressions while also warning against a wider war that could engulf the entire region. On the diplomatic front, efforts continue behind the scenes. Regional mediators, including Pakistan in some reports, have been trying to facilitate dialogues between Washington and Tehran. The United States has also indicated that negotiations are ongoing, though officials have described progress as limited and uncertain. Meanwhile, President Trump has reportedly delayed or reconsidered military options at various points, citing ongoing negotiations and requests from aligned Gulf countries to avoid escalations. However, hardliners on the both sides remain skeptical, and the possibility of renewed conflict has not been fully ruled out. Analysts say the current movement reflects a fragile geopolitical balance. On one side is the desire to contain Iran's nuclear and regional influence. On the other is the urgent need to avoid a full-scale war that could destabilize oil markets, global shipping, and the broader Middle East. In summary, the message from the UAE, Saudi Arabia, and Qatar marks a significant diplomatic signal. Even traditional regional rivals now agree that another war in Iran would come at too high a cost. Whether Washington listens to this collective warning could shape the next phase of Middle East stability. For now, the region remains on edge, caught between diplomacy and the ever-present risk of escalations. That's all for now. Stay tuned with us for more updates. Do like, comment, and subscribe our channel.